We are live. What's going on, gentlemen? How you guys doing? Just a quick live stream, nothing too strenuous. Yeah, just really going to be on for about an hour, not too long. But yeah, man, why not fire up a live stream, right? Why not? I'm knackered. I'm absolutely fucking cream crackered. Wait for a few people to get in. And yeah, man, we'll talk some boxing. Hang on, what's all this shit in the background? I always have loads of shit open, man. Let's get rid of this garbage. Right. There we go. Sorted. Right. I'm going to go on. Sorry, lads. You'd think I'd be professional and have all of this sorted before I go live, but that's not going to happen, man. It's not going to happen. Right. Let's see where are we at, I should say. Fucking hell. Unrivaled Boxing Talk and News in the chat. The first one here. Shout out to Unrivaled. Check his channel out if you've not already. We've got MBT Boxing. Nice of you to drop us to. I fucked up already. Nice of you to drop by. Yeah, I'm so tired, man. Apologies if I sound a bit ropey. But yeah, nice of you to stop by. Shepherd of Sons in the chat. What's going on, man? Stephen Lawler. Stephen Lawler, another one of the regulars. Selwyn Minge. We've got Selwyn Minge in the chat, aka Brian. What's going on, Brian? How you doing? Hope you guys are all doing well. Hope you had a good, productive day. Hope you're keeping good health, you know, all of that jazz. That's the main thing. Yeah, I've got loads of shit open, sorry. Jesus Christ. Yo, Duck in the chat. What is going on, Duck? My favourite Dutchman. Duck. BG London in the house. Yeah, what's going on, man? Anything you guys want to bring up, feel free to drop a comment. There's no real topic for this live stream. Just thought I would fire one up. We'll see where it takes us. Like I say, I only really plan on being on for about an hour. I very much doubt I'll be on longer than that. So, yeah, we'll see where this takes us. And, yeah, man. St. Brit in the chat. Yeah, what's going on, St. Brit? How you doing, man? Del Ancajas versus Gonzalez. I would certainly go with Ancajas. He is the more proven commodity. Ultimately more experienced. I think the guy's had like 9 or 10 title defenses now. He's had a lot of title fights. He's more proven at that level. And, you know, Gonzalez, from what I've seen, he's fairly aggressive. He's nice and compact, likes to lead with those hooks, decent power, looks durable, looks tough. He'll give it a good go, but I can't really see him getting past Ancajas. Having said that, you know, Ancajas hasn't exactly been looking great recently. So it's a good fight. I think it's a good fight style-wise, but you've got to go with Ancajas in that fight, to be honest with you. Okay, Selwyn Minge. He's been speaking to members of Lewis Ritson's team today. The St. James Park thing is real and not far off done. Okay. So you'd imagine that would be against Josh Taylor, right? They're going to have to pay Josh Taylor a lot of money, man, because he doesn't seem too keen on that fight. I think he sees it as a step backwards, Josh Taylor. So if that fight were to happen, I mean, you'd imagine they've got to pay Josh Taylor a lot of money. So I've got to be honest, I'm not really keen on that fight. I don't think Ritson stands much of a chance, in all honesty. Having said that, it looks like Jose Ramirez is fighting Postal next. So if Taylor wants to stay busy in the interim, I wouldn't, you know, criticize him for taking that fight, to be honest with you. I'd understand it, but, you know, in an ideal world, we'd love to see Jose Ramirez versus Taylor next. But, you know, this is boxing. We don't live in an ideal world. And what we deserve and what we get are two different things, you know. But Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is. Stephen Lawler, Jarrell Miller signing with Top Rank. I've seen rumours about that, but is it official? Has it been confirmed? Or is it still kind of, just rumours? But, I mean, that seems the obvious choice for Jarrell Miller. I mean, Top Rank have been sniffing around. Jarrell Miller would be a good opponent for Tyson Fury. They'd trash talk, they'd sell the fight, it'd draw some interest. Obviously, whether it's good or bad, Jarrell Miller's PED issues, they've kind of made him it's made him notorious, and his profile is bigger now, whether we like it or not. So I can see why Top Rank want to sign him. Like I say, that Tyson Fury fight's a fairly big fight if they don't fight Wilder next. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I really wouldn't. I wouldn't be surprised at all. BG London, do you know who's on the Canelo Kovalev undercard? To be honest with you, the only fight I know about is Ryan Garcia and Romero Duno. That's quite a good fight. I think Duno is, well, he's got the potential to be Garcia's toughest fight to date. He's got power. He's very aggressive. He's very front foot heavy, good volume. And I think we've seen Ryan Garcia struggle with that style in the past when he fought, I think it was Ivan Morales. Ryan Garcia really struggled in that fight. So maybe Duno can do something similar, make it competitive. But I can't see Ryan Garcia losing unless he gets knocked out, Ryan Garcia has signed that new lucrative contract with Golden Boy. So Romero Duno needs to get a knockout to get a win here. Make no mistake about it. Make no mistake. And yeah, Duck agrees. He's saying Lewis Ritson gets battered so bad. Yeah, I agree. I agree. And yeah, I like Ritson as well, Stephen. I think Ritson is a good domestic level fighter. As we saw against Robbie Davis Jr., he can put on some really good fights at that level. But yeah, he's not a world level fighter. He's not. As far as I'm concerned, maybe he could get to European level, but I can't see Lewis Ritson getting to world level and being that competitive. To be honest with you, and yeah, Saint Britt. From what I've heard, all of the rumours are indicating Jose Ramirez versus Victor Postal early next year. I heard February. That's what I heard. I know Postal is the mandatory. It's a good fight. It is a good fight. But like I say, we would much rather see the Josh Taylor fight. I think Postal is still a good fighter, no doubt about it. He won his eliminator against Mohamed Mamoune, so he's a good fighter. He's a good fighter. Let's not... hang on. Let's get rid of that rubbish. Yeah, Selwyn Minge, I agree. I like Ritson as well. And like you say, his team sounds, pretty decent. But, yeah, I mean, Josh Taylor, far too much at this point. Far too much. Okay, Stephen, so the Jarrell Miller to Top Rank is just rumours right now. Yeah, I still think that will happen, though, to be honest with you. I think Jarrell Miller will go to Top Rank. It looks like a done deal from what we've been told. Shizbiz in the chat. Shout out to Shizbiz. I see your name quite regularly, man. So shout out to you, Jackal Davis as well. Yeah, what's going on, man? I'm good. I am good. Just a long day. Got a lot on right now, so yeah, I thought I'd fire up a live stream. Why not? Just talk some boxing. Next live stream, I will have people on. This is just a quick impromptu one, so yeah, it is what it is. Duck, he is saying, oh no, sorry, Saint Britt. He's picking Postal for the upset against Jose Ramirez. It's not out of the realms of possibility. It's not. Postal is a really good fighter. Obviously, he's tall and rangy. He can box from range. Lovely jab, lovely 1-2. But Victor Postal is surprisingly good on the inside. Go and watch his fight with Selçuk Aydin. He showed some really good inside game in that fight. His fight with Matisse, again, showed some really good work on the inside, even against Josh Taylor as well. Postal is a well-rounded fighter, big for the weight, good technical boxer. He's going to give Ramirez a lot of problems. I just favour Ramirez's work rate. He's younger, he's fresher, and he's the A-side fighter. So if it's close, he still gets a win, you know? So I'm going to go with Ramirez on points. But it is a good fight. It is a good fight. There's no doubt about it. I like Postal. I like Ramirez. And yeah, it should be a good style. A good style clash, sorry. And I really like Ramirez, by the way. Like I said, I've said it before. I first saw that guy, I want to say in 2016. And back then, to me, he looked like a average prospect. You know, a guy who could fight for a title maybe in the future, but a guy who was never really going to go on and do much. But he's proved me wrong, man. He's really improved. He's relentless, deceptive power, you know, great work rate, great stamina, excellent inside game, very good body puncher. Ramirez is no joke. He's not a joke at all. Yo, AA Boxing and Blunts. Good evening, Uncle Blue Waffle Sports TV. Good evening to you too, sir. I hope you're well and truly medicated, mate. I really do. I think we could all get medicated sometimes, man. I feel like I fucking need it, man. It's been months since I touched a fucking spliff. But there we go. That's for another day. That's for another day. I need a good supplier. Oh, dear. Yo, we've got Sin Amasea in the chat. What's up, man? How you doing? Yes, it's morning over there, man. Hopefully you have a great day, man. We're just wrapping up over here. It's 9:15 in the UK, evening time. Yeah, we're wrapping up, sorry. So yeah, hopefully you have a good day, man. BG London, are you looking forward to KSI versus Logan Paul? I'll say this much, BG. I don't hate it like other boxing fans. I'm not against it at all, to be honest with you. I'll probably watch highlights the next day. Listen, man, I don't hate it. It is what it is. Will it do some good for the sport? Yeah, it will, man. I'm sure there's going to be a few kids out there who become fans of boxing and maybe even take the sport up. For me, that's a positive. You know, that's a positive. I mean, we have far worse things going on in boxing, you know, than Logan Paul versus KSI. Drug cheats, judging, corruption, bad officiating, you know, fighter safety. There's so much worse going on in boxing. I think it's counterproductive to get really bent out of shape about KSI and Logan Paul, to be honest with you. I really do. But that's just my opinion, you know. Not a lot of people don't see it the same way, and that's their prerogative, but I don't really care, man, if I'm being honest. Good luck to them. Good luck to them is what I say. Yeah, we've got Box in the chat as well. Shout out to Box, another one of the regulars. Yes, sir, the Geordie Golovkin. Shep, get it right, man. The Geordie Golovkin. Tommy Temper in the chat. Big up. Big up, man. How you doing, Tommy? How you doing? Exactly, Duck. Shep's spreading the Eastern European agenda, man. Look at him, man. He's like a preacher. Right Hook Boxing in the chat as well. By the way, lads, Right Hook Boxing, he himself has a YouTube channel. So if you get a minute, click on his channel, check him out, drop a sub. Excellent content. Excellent content. I do plan on making a video shouting a lot of YDBC channels out that I like. I've not got round to it yet. I'm just sort of compiling a list. But yeah, I aim to get that out. And Right Hook Boxing is a guy I recommend. So check out Right Hook Boxing. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. Yeah, Stephen, I agree. Taylor Ramirez can't be a bad fight. That is impossible to be a bad fight. Both guys are warriors. Both guys are aggressive, body punchers. That's a sick fight. That's a sick fight. Dex Spellman versus Dan Aziz. Yep, good fight. Dex Spellman's always good value. Selwyn, he's always good value. Exactly, AA. Sub to Right Hook Boxing. Excellent channel. I can't big him up enough. Unbiased, down the middle, very knowledgeable. Check him out, man. Check him out. Yo, Dominic Chechery in the chat, another one of the regulars. Shout out to Dominic. Yeah, man, I really appreciate you guys, man. A lot of you guys have been here for a long time. So, yeah, shout out to you guys, man. Toby Bartlett, yo, what's going on, man? What's going on? Duck, he says he wants Ramirez to win so the Dutchman Taylor can fuck him up. Exactly, man. Yo, AA, that's the main thing. As long as you're well medicated, there's nothing else to worry about, man. That's the main thing. Josh Van Taylor. Box. Dominic, he's staying up for KSI versus Logan Paul. Yeah, why not, man? Why not? People are just so bent out of shape about it. It is what it is, man. If I could jump in a boxing ring and earn God knows how much money, I'd do the same thing. So I'm not really going to criticize those lads. They're taking it seriously, at least. They're training hard, you know, and they'll go in there. They will go to fight, man. So why not, man? Why not? Exactly, Tommy. That's the main question. When is AA not fully medicated? That's the question. The $1 million question. It's like the meaning of life. We need to know the answer, man. Duck. That must be why he doesn't have the British chin disease. Yeah, exactly. Jesus. Exactly, AA. That's a really good point. KSI versus Logan Paul is massive for the sport. In 10 years' time, we will have kids saying they got into boxing because of them. There's every chance. There's every chance. I mean, that is going to generate some boxing fans. Whether they become hardcore or just casual, it's eyes on the sport, you know? That's how I see it. Maybe I'm too optimistic, man. Maybe I'm too positive. I don't know. But yeah, I'm not bent out of shape about that. I'm sure we'd all do the same thing, right? If we could fight some other guy who's at our level, you know, similar experience, novice. If we could fight another novice for millions of quid, we'd do it, man. So yeah. Yeah, MBT, I agree, man. He's got excellent channel, man. Right hook boxing. And MBT has a channel himself, man. He doesn't stream regularly. I always miss it when he streams because of the time differences. But MBT is a great lad as well. Like I say, he on Twitter, man. His Twitter content is top notch. Like he knocks him out of the park, you know. Viral tweets in the boxing world every single time. His Twitter feed's one of the best on boxing Twitter. Yo, Selwyn Minge, man, you can ask what you want, mate. Honestly, if you've got any fights you want me to talk about, domestic level fights, go for it, man. Not a problem at all. Stephen Lawler. The first KSI versus Logan Paul fight was better than Okoli and Garbu. Exactly, man. I always say it like this. Actually, no, it's a bad example, but I agree. I agree. Yeah, what would you rather see? Genuinely. KSI versus Logan Paul in a pro ring. Both guys are a similar experience level, right? It's an even fight. Would you rather see that fight, an even fight at a low level, or a fight at a higher level where a world champion is fighting an absolute no-hoper? What would you rather see out of interest? A world champion fighting a guy who's got no chance of winning, or two novices fight in an even fight? I know what I'd rather see, you know? As crazy as that sounds. It's like I'd rather see a good Southern area fight that's well matched rather than a mismatch at a higher level. No doubt about it, 100%. Yeah, Okoli on Saturday was bad. He was bad. Yo, Okoli, one of these days, man, he's going to get done for molestation. Trust me. He's going to become a part of that Me Too movement. He's going to be the number one target. 10 years' time, Yves and Garbu, Matty Yaskins are going to come out, file a lawsuit against Okoli. The guy's style is not pleasant to look at. It really isn't. He basically cheats, let's be honest about it. He should be reprimanded by referees, should have been disqualified against Askin, And that's not harsh to say that, man. He was all over the place. St. Britt's not happy with Anthony Crolla. He's saying the Italians can have him. Yeah, I was never really that high on Anthony Crolla. He was one of those guys who got the most out of his ability, and he carved out a really good career for himself. But an overachiever, I would say. An overachiever. You know, his high point was beating Perez and Barroso. But a good fighter at a certain level. A good fighter. I mean, I remember when that guy was losing to the likes of Larry Matthews. Never thought he'd go on to be a world champion, so fair play to him. NB, he says, should Warrington take a fight with Shakur Stevenson? I think so. Unification fight. Apparently, Top Rank would take that fight in the UK. That's a big fight, man. Unification fight in Leeds. Let's get it. Let's get it. I've got a lot of stick by saying Shakur Stevenson beats him, but you know, looking at how Warrington dealt with Galahad, who's awkward, who's a bit negative, I don't really see how he deals with Shakur Stevenson. To be honest with you, I think Stevenson is a bad style clash for him. I'll be interested when Shakur fights a puncher. If Warrington had power, I'd pick Warrington, but he doesn't. You know. I wish we got that Oscar Valdez fight. I think that fight would have told us a lot more about Shakur Stevenson. But obviously Valdez moved up, so you can't blame that on Stevenson. But time will tell with Shakur. Time will tell. I'm not fully sold yet, I can't lie, but style-wise, I think he's a hard fight for Warrington. I really do. OAA, you're a prison officer. Damn. You know, from talking to you, I would never have guessed that. I know it's you know, don't judge a book by its cover and whatnot, but fair play, man. My mate's a prison officer as well. He loves it, man. He loves it. Eros Alo, what's up, man? Sorry, 1 second. I lost where I was in the chat. Okay, yeah. Eros Alo, I think you're new here, so shout out, man. How far do you think Chisora can go after the recent Price win? I mean, for me, with Chisora, I think he's always going to be one of those guys who comes up short at the higher level, you know, top 5, top 8 level. If I was matching Chisora, I think the fight that makes sense is Joseph Parker. I'd leave Usyk well alone. I think Parker, although it's a tough fight, it's a much more winnable fight, and maybe a bigger fight in the UK at the box office. You know, Joseph Parker's quite well known over here, been over here a few times now. If I was managing Chisora or guiding him, that's the fight I would go for because it's winnable. Not saying he beats Parker, by the way, but it is winnable. Whereas Usyk, for me, style-wise, is bad for Chisora. So I would go the Parker route again, personally. Yeah, thanks, Eros Alo. I'm terrible with names, if you can't tell. Eros Alo, thank you, man. I'm glad you like the content, man. That's the main thing. As long as somebody does, that's the main thing. That's the main thing. BG London, he's got Logan Paul in the KSI fight. I agree. From that first fight, I actually watched that first fight. Logan Paul had better technique, like a better jab, just better boxing fundamentals. Whereas KSI was more fit. You know, he had better cardio. So, you know, make of that what you will. But without any headgear, you know, maybe that favours Logan Paul because he's got better technique. He's a more accurate, bigger dude. So we'll see. I don't really know anything about either guy. I used to watch KSI years ago, but like that was when I was a lot younger. I don't really know about much about those two now. Anthony Mundine versus John Wayne Parr. John Wayne Parr is that kickboxer dude. He lost to Sakio Bika years ago, I think. I'm sure he did. But yeah, even now I've got Anthony Mundine. 100%. I think he'll outbox him. Mundine, I mean, I wish he just retired at this point. You know, his chin is totally gone. He's shot to bits, but he should still beat John Wayne Parr. Surely. Yo, 4-7 in the chat. What's up, Dell boy? Saw the motor video poll where most people picked Davis to beat Taylor. Yeah, I saw that as well. Couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. Like, people need to learn. Like, Tank Davis needs to learn from Adrian Broner. Don't go up too many weight classes, man. Just, you know, grow into lightweight. See what you can do at lightweight. There's good fights there for him. Devin Haney, Lomachenko, Teofimo Lopez, Comey. There's great fights for him at that weight class. So get some bodies at lightweight. If you want to move up, then do it. Don't rush yourself and move up to 140. It's too soon. I think Taylor's way too big. Way too big. Yo, Selwyn Minge. I'm glad you mentioned one of these fights. Lee McGregor versus Ukashir Farouk. Yeah, that is a great domestic fight. That should be being hyped way more than it is. I plan on making a video about that fight as well, by the way. But that's a great fight. I mean, Ukashir Farouk at British level has done everything right. He's took care of all of his opposition. I don't think his level of opposition has been great since he won that title, to be honest with you, but he's took care of those guys in good fashion. Lee McGregor won that Commonwealth very early. I think it's a pick'em. I might slightly lean towards Lee McGregor, but that's a great fight. Credit to both guys for taking that fight so early, because they could have waited another year. You know, they could have waited another year, built their profiles a bit more, but they're doing it now. So, yeah, I love that fight. I love that fight. Felix Cash versus Jack Cullen. Good fight as well. I'd lean towards Felix Cash, sorry. Sam Bowen versus Anthony Kakash. Now, that's a good fight. I think that's how you say his name, Anthony Kakash. But yeah, Sam Bowen versus Kakache, however you say his name, that's a really good fight. Both guys can punch. Both guys are aggressive. I think Sam Bowen should win it, but Kakache is a really good fighter at domestic level. I felt he was very close to beating Martin J. Ward. So it's a good fight. It's a good fight, man. And Billum Smith versus Craig Glover. I've got Billum Smith all day in that one. Dominic Chechery, he's saying if Akole fights in the USA, he will get disqualified. Good point. It could happen, but if it's on a matchroom card in the States, he'll get away with it again. If he's fighting a US fighter, maybe not, but there's no US cruiserweights. You know, if he fights in the US, you would imagine it's on the Matchroom USA card. So I think he'll get away with it out there as well, to be honest with you. Yeah, Eros Alo, I agree. The guy Crolla's fighting is 13-1 with 1 knockout. That tells you all you need to know. And by the way, if that really is Anthony Crolla's last fight, why on earth is he fighting for like a WBA minor trinket? I don't get that. If it's his last fight, why are you fighting for a random sanctioning body belt nobody cares about? Maybe you'll see Anthony Crolla back in a year's time. Who knows? I don't think he'll retire. I think he'll come back. I really do. But yeah, I agree in regards to Crolla. St. Britt, Logan Paul should be fighting Rio Ferdinand. I'd watch it, man. I'd watch it. These countering my point. He's saying, would you rather watch Sunday League football or Champions League? Man, it's different though. Like, boxing is like... I don't know what it is, man, but I just see boxing differently. Like, I'd rather see a Champions League game that's a mismatch rather than a boxing match that's a mismatch. You know, it's different for me, man. It's different. It's like, I don't know. I'm trying to think of an example. Like, would I rather watch Billy Joe Saunders versus Shifat Isafi, or like Zelfa Barrett versus Ronnie Clark? I know what I'd rather watch. I know that's not area level, but it's domestic level. You know? Yeah, Cole, he wasn't holding as much against Ngabu compared to the Askin fight, but he was still holding a lot. I think it's just way too excessive. It's way too excessive. I remember what card was Askin Cole on? It was Joshua Povetkin, I think. Anyway, I was watching that card with my mates, and we watched that Akole fight, and I kid you not, it just sucked the energy out of the room, and it took us ages to get back into it. So, yeah, he turns people off. He does. Shepherd of Sons, feed Logan Paul to Makhmudov. Yes, sir, let's get it. Arslanbek Makhmudov. I can't believe he's fighting Samuel Peter. Jesus Christ. Now that's an embarrassing mismatch. Samuel Peter versus Arslanbek Makhmudov. That's a joke. AA Boxing and Blunts. He doesn't want Shakur Stevenson versus Warrington in Leeds. He wants it away from home. He wants an away day. Yeah, I mean, Warrington's going to have his best chance in Leeds, man. Yeah, MBT, he agrees with me. He's taking Stevenson on points. I agree. Stephen Lawler disagrees. He's saying Warrington destroys Shakur. I don't know, man. That fight with Kid Galahad put me off picking him against someone like Stevenson, to be honest with you. I know they're different fighters, but you know, Shakur can be awkward. He can be negative. He can be defensively minded. And I wonder how Warrington deals with that, to be honest with you. With that Leeds crowd behind him, he's certainly got a better chance. In America, I don't think he's got a hope, to be honest with you. I really don't. Like I say, I think Shakur is going to be interesting when he fights a puncher who can apply pressure. That's what I'll be interested in seeing. I don't think Warrington's that guy. I'd love to see a fight I would like to see is Shakur versus Gary Russell Jr. That would be a great fight. I'd take Gary Russell to beat Shakur. I'll tell you that much. Yeah, D, that is true. Shakur is still very green. He is green. He's not the fighter he'll turn into. Like he's not fully developed. Sorry. And yeah, maybe facing Warrington right now is a risk, but if he wants to take it, let's get it, man. And I mean, ultimately he is a champion, so you know that's what we expect, man. I think he can beat Warrington. I really do. It's not about, like I said, it's not that I'm totally sold on Stevenson. I think it's more of a style clash. Yeah, Dominic, that's a good shout. Badu Jack versus Jean Pascal, that's a good fight. That's a really good fight. Like I said, I've said before, I think Badu Jack beats him, personally. I think stylistically, Jean Pascal's more suited to Badu Jack. You know, Marcus Brown, fleet-footed, southpaw, tall, long, quick. I think that style is worse for Badu Jack. A more flat-footed guy like Jean Pascal will be a better matchup for him. And yeah, I'm taking Badu Jack to beat Jean Pascal on points. It's going to be a fun fight, though. It's going to be a fun fight. You know what? I never thought I'd be looking forward to another Jean Pascal fight. I'll tell you that much. Jesus. Yo, smash for like, lads, if you can. Like I say, apparently all the big YouTubers say it helps the channel out. So there we go. There we go. Yeah, I can see your point, Mr. E and Stephen Lawler. Yeah, maybe the pressure of Warrington could get to Stevenson. That could happen. But I don't know, man. And by the way, apologies if I sound coldy, man. I always fucking sound coldy. Jesus. Sorry, T. Jackal Davis, he wants to see a Josh Taylor versus Regis Prograis rematch. I'd love to see that. I certainly think the first fight warrants one. It was very close, very competitive. Both guys had their moments, and it was a fight of the year contender. I'd watch that again in a heartbeat. No doubt about it. No doubt about it, man. Where are we at? Where are we at? I've lost it. Yo, Dale Llewellyn in the chat as well. Shout out to Dale. What do you think of what do you think of Tank Davis calling out Josh Taylor? I mean, I'm all for people calling other fighters out. I don't see it as clout chasing like some people do. However, you've got to take it with a grain of salt and you've got to assess what fight is saying it. If somebody calls somebody out and they've got a track record of wanting to fight for best and they've proved that, then that call out is, I take that call out seriously. There's more weight behind it. If it's somebody like Tank Davis, who's been kind of protected, who's avoided certain fights, when he's calling people out in weight classes above, I'm not quite as receptive, to be honest with you. I think it's kind of a PR stunt, to be honest. But, maybe Tank Davis now thinks, you know what, I need to step up. I really want to challenge. If that's the case, more power to him. But, yeah, I'll believe it when I see it. I'll believe it when I see it. BG London, what's your opinion on the Chisora and David Haye relationship? I think David Haye's actually guided him quite well, to be honest with you. I really do. Chisora's profile right now, arguably, is at an all-time high. He's in the mix for big fights. I heard he's getting good purses. So I think David Haye's doing what a manager should do, to be honest with you. I've seen a lot of people say David Haye's milking Chisora, he's ripping him off. I mean, they're saying that without any evidence whatsoever. Like, no evidence whatsoever. Yeah, David Haye, he led the British public up the garden path a few times, but there's no reason to believe he's mugging off Chisora. From an outsider looking in, I think he's doing a good job. To be honest, I really do. I think he's doing a good job. But again, that's just my opinion, man. Okay, man. Eros Alo, you're from Finland, man. Nice. Have you ever boxed yourself blue collar? To me, you sound like a dude who probably has. Shout out from Finland. Yeah, thank you for the comment. I've only sparred, so I've messed around in gyms for years. I've never had any amateur fights. I was kind of close when I think I just turned 20. I was training for an amateur fight, but other things basically came up. My working situation changed. I got a new job. I had to go travel further. So that went out the window. And when I was finally ready to go back to the gym actually closed down. So that was the closest I got to fighting amateur. I was training for it for a while, but it never worked out. And basically since then, I've been in and out of gyms and just really sparred. So yeah, I've not had a amateur fight. Although one thing I have thought about is doing some white collar, maybe in the new year, could be a good laugh. Could be a good laugh. Yo, Boxing Virus in the chat, man. Shout out to Boxing Virus. Ruben Guerrero, do you think Akole is ready for a Glowatsky type opponent? No, I think he needs more time at European level, Ruben, personally. I think Glowatsky's far too risky. Very experienced. He can punch. He's awkward. He can box as well. He can box. Yeah, if I'm managing Akole, I'd give him another defensive at European title and then go from there. St. Britt, how quick does Darren Till get knocked out on Saturday? He's fighting Kelvin Gastelum, I believe. I'd give it 2 rounds. Second round knockout by Kelvin Gastelum. That's what we're going with. That's what we're going with. Okie dokie. Okay. Dominic Chechery, did you ever play Sunday League football? No, I was terrible at football. Awful. I liked playing it, but I was awful. Absolutely trash. I played with 2 left feet, mate. Awful. Yeah, MB, that Frank Warren card in Birmingham, I think it's 30th of November. Tete Casimiro, Bowen Kakache, Richard Clark, and yeah, Jenkins Taylor. Very good card. Really good card from top to bottom. I think Casimiro will give Tete a lot of problems. I really do. That's Tete's best opponent for quite some time. Casimiro, former world champion. He can punch. You know, he's an aggressive, rugged guy. That's a good fight. That's a really good fight. I think it's the type of fight Tete needs right now, to be honest with you. You know, before the World Boxing Super Series, he fought a few haphazard guys, lower level guys. Then he went into the tournament. He won his first fight. Then he pulled out because of injury. His career's been stop-start. I think Casimiro is the right fight for him. You know, good name, good fighter. Yeah, I like that fight. I really do. Okay, MBT. So you're thinking Mundine beats Par 2, but the bookies have got it a pick and fight. Seriously, I'm going to have a look at that as myself. Because I'll put money down on Mundine. John Wayne Parr is not a boxer, man. He's a kickboxer, isn't he? Or Muay Thai, something like that. Crazy. Dell Llewellyn, what do you think of Shabazz Massoud? He is the dude who's 6-0, isn't he? I saw him on the card. What card was it? Oh, what card was it? A recent Frank Warren card. I forgot what card it was, but yeah, he looks quite useful, you know. He looks quite useful. He's got a good style to watch. You know, he's a little bit reminiscent of Prince Naz in a sense. You know, that flashy movement, hands down, quick reactions. He's not as powerful as Naz, don't get it twisted, but he fights in a similar style. I like his style. How far he goes, I'm not so sure, but certainly going to be fun to watch. Shabazz Massoud, yeah. Certainly fun to watch. Yeah, Dominic, I do remember. Yeah, White Chisora and Warrington Frampton on the same day. Yeah, that was a joke. Absolute joke. Jackal Davis, he agrees. He's saying Shakur Stevenson wins that fight against Warrington. Yeah, I'm leaning towards Stevenson as well. I just think it's a style thing in that one. You know, I think it's a style thing, a style clash that doesn't really suit Warrington. Okay, AA Boxing and Blunts. There's a 6'9" heavyweight that's going to be fighting on the Channel 5 card in a few weeks. Romanian based in London, looks a lump. I expect him to be built up to 10. Yeah, I know what you mean. He's going to be built up to a good record, then he's going to get fed to a matchroom prospect. Yeah, happens a lot, man, with guys from like Romania and places like that, Lithuania, in and around those regions, or those countries, sorry. A lot of these guys get padded records, then they get used to be like stepping stones. Unrivaled Boxing Talking News. He's saying smash for like. If Unrivaled says smash for like, you got to smash that like, man. Yeah, MBT, I think Stevenson wins fairly comprehensively. I personally believe it would be like an 8-4, 9-3 type fight. Competitive in some rounds, but yeah, I'm taking Stevenson. I'm taking Stevenson. Not popular for an Englishman to say. Not that I don't rate Warrington, I do. I think Warrington's a really good fighter. I think he's come on a long way. But yeah, I don't like that style clash for him. I don't know what else to say. Sean Newton's dirty neck. Anyone got any Dove? Fuck's sake. Jesus Christ. Christ. Oh, man. Okie dokie. Okay, Ruben Guerrero. Jamal Charlo was calling out Demetrius Andrade the other day. Yeah, I saw something about that. Then I saw that he wasn't going to fight him. I don't know. I don't know what the deal is there, but that's a great fight. It needs to happen. It's a unification fight. There's been talk of that fight for years, like years. So it's a great fight. There's no reason it shouldn't happen, but we'll see. I think I would favour Demetrius Andrade in that fight, or Andrade, however you say his name. I'd favour Andrade, personally. We saw how Korobov gave Charlo issues out of that southpaw stance. Just kind of boxing behind that jab, following up with that straight left. And Charlo had real problems against a taller, longer, fresher, more awkward guy in Andrade. I think he'll have nightmares. I really do. I think Andrade beats Charlo. Unless Charlo can land that big right hand, I think he loses. I don't think he can beat Andrade on points. No way at all. No way. Undisputed boxing expert. He's 50-0. Hang on, where are we at? Yeah, undisputed boxing expert. 50-0. What's that referring to, sir? Maybe I'm missing something. Dominic Chechery, when can we expect the face reveal? I do plan on doing one eventually. Eventually I'll do one. What did you do after school? So after school, I went to college for a bit. I actually done plumbing in college. And after college, while I was at college, I had a part-time job as well, working with a plumber. I didn't like plumbing, so I went my own way and kind of walked into the job I'm in now, which is car sales. But yeah, nothing glamorous. Nothing glamorous. Yeah, right hook boxing. No worries, man. Thank you for dropping by. And like I said, man, check his channel out. Yeah, that's it, Stephen Lawler. Shabazz Massoud. Yeah, he was on Warrington Tashue, whatever his name is. Yeah. Yeah, Massoud's a good fighter. He's a good prospect, I should say. Yeah, that's it. MBT, Muay Thai. That's what I meant, not kickboxing. I've done some Muay Thai myself. It's really good fun. It really is. Muay Thai is actually more fun than boxing, I can't lie, to do it. I'd rather watch boxing, but doing Muay Thai is a lot more fun. It's harder. It's a damn sight harder, but it's a lot more fun. In my opinion, at least. That's something I really want to get back into, actually. So, starting a new job, actually, in a couple of weeks. And near the job is like a gym where they do kind of all sorts of martial arts and they do Muay Thai. So I might pick that back up again because I really enjoyed it when I did it. So, yeah, Muay Thai's the way forward, man. Jesus. Selwyn Minge. Warrington is fighting Kanzu next. Okay. Not a bad fight. Kanzu's okay. Solid enough. Is Kanzu the real WBA champion now? Now Leo Santa Cruz has moved up. God knows, but it's a decent fight. Chase Athletics, he agrees. He's saying Andrade beats Charlo every day of the week. I think style-wise, it really favours him. I would take Andrade in that fight as well. What happened to Tyson Dong? That name. I think it was, yeah. He was a big Chinese heavyweight years ago. Yeah. He was basically useless and he retired. I think he tried to go into wrestling after boxing. That's the last I heard. But yeah, he was pretty useless, let's be honest about it. Like, Jesus. Oh, Unrivaled Boxing Talk and News. Right Hook Boxing, a guy who was in the chat earlier. He's got a very good channel. So I definitely recommend him. And also check out Unrivaled Boxing Talk and News' channel while we are addressing his comment. Very good channel himself. What's the biggest auto seller in the UK? Do you mean as in like a branch of auto seller or just car? Like, what do you mean? I actually don't know the answer. I'll be honest with you. I can't stand cars, genuinely. I couldn't tell you different cars, makes, models, what they have, what they don't have. I'm not a car person, believe it or not. I'm not a car person. It's a weird job to have, considering I don't like cars, right? But just how shit worked out, you know? Team Groves. Yo, what's up, Team Groves? Thank you for dropping by. Again, another one of the regulars. Saw your Canelo... I can't fucking read tonight. Jesus Christ. Evening, Dell. I saw your Canelo Kovalev video. Think you make some great points, but I can't get over the fact that Canelo and his team have taken this fight. Makes me feel they know something we don't. I know what you mean. I know what you mean. You know, guys like Canelo, franchise players, guys who are worth big bucks, you know, they're not going to take any unnecessary risks. They must know something, or they think they know something, or they see a route to victory. You know, they must feel fairly confident for taking the fight. But I know what you mean, and that has crossed my mind. It has. AA Boxing and Blunts. I was volunteering for some unlicensed white-collar boxing, but I got beat up, so I'm retired again. Yeah, man, I want to give that a go. Unlicensed. Well, it's not even not unlicensed. Sorry, but white collar. I'd like to do unlicensed, but I wouldn't have a clue how to get into it. I really wouldn't. I wouldn't have a clue. Dominic Chechery, he says he's gutted for Nigel Benn. Yeah, I've got a theory on that personally. I mean, apparently it's a shoulder injury. Maybe that's the case. Maybe. But I personally believe it's due to bad ticket sales, to be honest with you. A bit of a conspiracy theory, but I don't think that fight was selling well, to be honest, and that's why they pulled it. That's my opinion. Could be wrong. Maybe he's genuinely injured, but who knows? Another rumour I heard was that Nigel Benn got knocked out in sparring. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. But that's what a rumour that was going around. Okay, Jackal Davis. So he's got, he's had 2 amateur fights at 170 in kickboxing. One via stoppage, the other a split decision loss. But a lot of the people told me I won that fight. Okay, stick with it, man. Stick with it. Like I say, there's other combat sports I'd like to try. I've done boxing, I've done Muay Thai. As crazy as it sounds, I would love to try bare knuckle. I really would. But again, I live in an area where These things don't. There's no hotbed around my area for these type of activities. So I know that sounds fucking crazy doing bare knuckle, but I'd love to try it. I'd love to try it. Boxing brains. I work for Tesco. I'm Tesco Joe. Just kidding. Jesus. Chase Athletics. Bob Arum is talking about a Beterbiev unification in China during the new year. Let's get it, man. Artur Beterbiev versus Dmitry Bivol. Let's get it. If Kovalev beats if Kovalev beats Canelo, we need Beterbiev Kovalev. That has been in the works for far too long. It's been talked about for far too long. There's beef. Let's get it on, man. That's a great fight. Kovalev, Beterbiev. Or Bivol, either one. Yeah, I feel fucking snotty as hell, man. Jesus Christ. Yeah, Dominic, I agree, man. I think it's down to ticket sales, though. I really do. Unrivaled, he'll give me a go with bare knuckle. Yeah, I'd like to get paid for it, bro. I'd like to get paid. Yeah, he's a super heavyweight. Yeah, Team Groves, that is true. Sparring in 16-ounce gloves is bad enough. Yeah. Yeah, I know, right? But yeah, man, I do like all that stuff. I wish I got into it a lot younger. Problem was, like, the area I grew up in, you know, like, again, I do live in the same area, but, you know, these type of places weren't really available. You know, if you wanted to do things like karate, you could do it, but I'm not interested. I don't give a fuck about karate and things like that, and taekwondo. Not interested. You know, not interested. What I wanted to do wasn't really around here, to be honest. But Shepherd of Sons, Miggs and Johnny are the same weight. I paid to see it. Yeah, apparently I've got Johnny in the trivia now. So there we go. There we go. Okay, where are we at? Yeah, AA boxing and blunts. BKB is a totally different type of game. Yeah, like even punch technique and things like that. How you defend yourself is completely different. Try going into bare knuckle with a traditional boxing guard. You're going to get your block knocked off. You're going to get your block knocked off, man. Jesus. Yeah, AA is a Scottish nutter, 100%. A medicated Scottish nutter, I should say. Johnny's had more chances in unrivaled. Johnny's had more chances in this trivia than Poulet's had undeserved Mandos. Yeah. Jesus. Yeah, Jack Allman, you should do it. Definitely do it. Don't look back in a few years' time and regret like not keeping up with it. Because I do regret not taking up boxing when I was younger. So yeah, man, just like knuckle away, knuckle down, and go for it, man. As long as you're having fun along the way, that's the main thing. As cheesy as it sounds, that's the main thing. Okay, amateur boxing and kickboxing, yeah, both good fun. Well, I didn't box amateur, but yeah, I'd have liked to. I'd have liked to. Dominic Chechery, what did you guys watch on the 22nd of December when White Chisora and Warrington Frampton fought on the same day? I watched Warrington Frampton live. I watched Chisora White after. Boxing brains, if you're ugly and no brain cells to protect, you might as well do it. Unrivaled boxing talk and news. Dell's padding his resume, a disabled veteran and a shot Italian. Jesus. I can only fight what's put in front of me unrivaled. Do you think I'm going to go with the Deontay Wilder route and just pad for record? That's funny, man. That's funny. Okay, where are we at, man? Okay, 1 second, lads. I've got loads of shit open in the background. Where are we at? Not in the background, sorry. I'm trying to do 2 things at once like an absolute twat. Okay, fine. So it's okay. Well, Unrivaled Boxing Talk and News, you're the favourite. You have to live up to the expectations. You're the one with pressure on your shoulders, my good sir. I mean, I'm just expected to. I'm not really expected to do anything. Sorry. So, I mean, you have the pressure. So, can you handle it? Can you handle the pressure? That's the main thing. You've got to get past Precise first, and then Jimmy and Thunder. That's not an easy one. So you've got a hard route to the final. You got a hard route to the final. You might not even get there. You never know. You never know. Yeah, Stephen, I'm gonna wrap this up in a minute. I'm gonna wrap it up. Just read a couple more comments. If you could smash the like as well, it'd be much appreciated. Oh dear. Boxing Brains, Tyson Dong is not in the MTK tournament. He's not. But yeah, that's a good tournament though, the heavyweight MTK tournament, the Ultimate Boxer. Sakalowski, Turner, Sandland, who have you got? I believe it will be between those 3. Sokolowski, Turner, or Sandland. One of those guys is going to win it. Sandland is very tricky, but is that style suited for 3-round fights? I'm not sure. Sakalowski brings aggression, he brings pressure, he's got a very good gas tank. His style, I believe is made for that tournament, so I think he's one of the favourites. Same with Turner, again, aggressive. He can come forwards, he can mix it up. I believe Sakalowski and Turner, joint favourites. Sandland, second favourite. But yeah, I like that tournament. I do. NBT Boxing, have you got Kovalev this weekend? Yes, sir. I've got Kovalev. Kovalev points or late stoppage. One of the 2. But thing with Canelo, obviously, is the judging. You know, the odds on Kovalev are great. They really are. But I just feel like I'll be throwing my money away if it goes to decision. Like, I don't know. I can't bet on Canelo fights, man. I can't. Don Hearn, who do you think is going to win the light heavyweight golden contract, Dell? I don't think all the names have been announced yet. Lenin Castillo's in there. Hosea Burton is in there. Bob Ajasafe is in there. And a couple of others. I think Bob Ajasafe has a good shout. I really do. I think, yeah, Ajasafe is a good bet. But again, he's been so inactive, so it's hard to say. It's hard to say. Stephen Lawler, he's picking Hosea Burton to win the light heavyweight golden contract. Yeah, I could see it. I could see it. Jackal Davis, Mark is number 1 in debates. We'll see, man. We'll see in the trivia. I know it's not a debate, but we'll see. Yeah, BG London, exactly. Canelo's 3 rounds ahead right now. Yeah, that's the way he got to look at it, unfortunately. And it's a shame. It's a shame we have to talk about boxing that way. But, you know, that's the reality. That's the reality. Selwyn Minge, he's saying Hosea Burton. I don't know, man. I'm not as big on Hosea Burton as a lot of people are. I actually think Bob Ajasafe is a better fighter, personally. I do. Again, though, he's been inactive. You know? He's been inactive. Unrivaled boxing talking news. You're a Euro bum. You could be a hype job, mate. You could be a hype job. You could be like Jeff Lacey. You come in there with the big reputation and you shit the bed when it matters. You know, time will tell. Time will tell. You could be the next Michael Conlon. No, Jamie Conlon. Jamie Conlon. Don't like it to the body. I'm your Herwin Ankerhas. Coach of the year, Jackal Davis. Good question. If Kovalev beats Canelo, I think Buddy McGirt's got a good shout because he would have basically rebuilt Kovalev. That'd be a good shout. Shane McGuigan, you know, the work he's done with Josh Taylor. But, you know, there's some guys out there who've got a shout. When is the Ultimate Boxer Heavyweights? I'm interested. I believe it's December. But yeah, Sakalowski's in there. Sean Turner, Josh Sandland. I think Adam Mateskin's in there as well. Nick Webb's in there as well. So yeah, it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. This is what I've wanted, you know. I've quite liked the Ultimate Boxer so far, but I wanted a heavyweight one. Now we've got it. So there we go. Yeah, Dominic Chechery. Adam Booth's a really nice guy, but he's overrated massively. Yeah, I think Adam Booth has got overrated a bit. Personally, I do agree. Nick Webber's a minge. He's going to be fun to watch, though. He's going to be fun to watch. He's got no gas tank, though. He's got no gas tank at all. None at all. But he can punch, so he'll be fun to watch. He's got no gas tank. He's got no chin, but he can punch. Yeah, Jay McFarlane as well, AA Boxing and Blunts. He's in there as well. Do you know what? In regards to interviews, AA, I'm not planning on doing any yet. It's not really. I don't think it's something I really want to do personally. But maybe I wouldn't rule anything out. You know, I don't really have any set goals with this channel. There's not anything I particularly want to do. I'm just some fucking idiot who talks boxing on YouTube. Ultimately, that's how I, you know, try to keep it. But maybe. I know a few people in boxing watch the channel, believe it or not. Speak of the devil, Kamil Sakalowski's trainer. I know he sometimes comments on my channel. But yeah, man, it's maybe. I thought about it. I can't lie. I thought about it, but I don't think I'll be a great interviewer personally. I don't think I would. I don't think it's in my repertoire, you know. Stephen Lawler, Dave Caldwell's a good coach. I think he's solid. Okay, Dave Allen, he reckons Chris Healy's going to win the Ultimate Boxer. I've not seen anything of Chris Healy, I can't lie. I've not seen anything of him. AA's right, though. Jay McFarlane will be good. He'll be good value in that tournament. I don't think he'll win it, but he'll be good value. It's a good opportunity as well. It's like a 50 grand prize as well. So, yeah. It's a great opportunity for these guys. AA Boxing and Blunts, you should get them all on, do the full lineup. Yeah, man, it'd be great. A lot of fighters are more accessible than you realise, but yeah. AA Boxing and Blunts, he won't even be fit, never mind win it. Didn't Jay McFarlane get down to cruiserweight at one point? I'm sure he did. Like, he got down to cruiserweight. Like, he won an area title or something, maybe. Maybe I'm wrong. I could be wrong. I might be thinking of somebody different, but yeah, I'm sure he went down to cruiserweight. Oh, 1 second. Bollocks. Nice one. We've hit 30 likes. Thank you very much, lads. We've smashed 30 likes. There we go. It's always good to see. Okie dokie. 1 second. Okay, Unrivaled. Yeah, he was cruiserweight. Okay, he was at cruiserweight, but couldn't stay off the Iron Brew. True story. Yeah, that stuff is lovely. It is. I can't blame him. Until they ruined the recipe. Wankers. Okie dokie, where are we at? Okie dokie. Oh my god. Okay, there we go. Dominic, he said, how regularly do I go to fights? To be honest, mate, last year, barely any. Hold up 1 second. Sorry about that, lads. Sorry about that. But yeah, AA boxing and blunts. Yeah, I'm not surprised that the Scotsman, his weakness was Iron Brew. Not surprised. Like I said, it is lovely stuff. It is lovely stuff. It's lovely stuff, man. Yeah, Stephen Lawler, best Dave Allen moment was when he passed over an Iron Brew to Bracamonte. Yeah, 100%. 100%. The best thing he's done in a boxing ring, no doubt about it. Unrivaled Boxing Talking News, fam, I'm so depressed. Why? We got Kovalev Canelo coming up. Kovalev could, exercise boxing justice on Canelo. We can live with that hope. We can live with that hope. We'll see what happens there. Kovalev is the most glamorous fighter of this era. Great power, sophisticated jab, great entrance tune, longevity at the top, solid fighter. I agree, man. I especially agree with the entrance comment. He's got a sick entrance. He really does. It gets you hyped for a Kovalev fight, that entrance music. It's great stuff, man. Yeah, Duck, I know, man. I'm going to wrap this up in a second. I'm going to wrap it up. Who's got an 11-fight deal? Oh, Canelo. Man, optimism is the way forwards, man. I mean, he needs to knock him out, then. He needs to knock him out. Is that outside of the realms of possibility? Absolutely not. Has Canelo fought anybody who hits as hard as Kovalev? Nope. Not for me. Eventually, it's got to happen, man. Eventually, it's got to happen. He's going to lose a legitimate fight where there's no coming back from it. There's no robberies. There's no judges to bail him out. But we'll see, man. Yeah, Dominic, I agree. When Kovalev is on form, he's great to watch. I loved watching him in that Elidia Alvarez rematch. That was a great performance. Even the Anthony Yard fight, at times he boxed really well. Others, he showed that vulnerability, but it made for a really fun fight. Made for a really fun fight. Yeah, George Michael, I agree. That Kovalev track is a brilliant tune. Brilliant tune. Yeah, Migs. Stop ruining our fantasies, you bastard. We're trying to will it into existence, What does Deontay Wilder say? Fucking... I don't know what the fuck he says, but yeah. We're going to try and will it into existence. Jesus. D, the entrance music that Kovalev comes out to. I don't know what it's called, but yeah, it always gets me amped. I like his entrance. But yeah, he's good to watch, man. Exactly, Duck. If Vinny's picking Canelo, then we've got some hope. We've got some hope. Speak it, believe it, receive it. Yeah. So if we speak it, if we believe it, we shall receive it. Kovalev is going to beat Canelo Alvarez. I've spoke it. I believe it. It's going to happen, mate. It's going to happen. You need to do the same. I don't have to be honest with you, lads. With Canelo, I like watching the dude fight. I don't hate the guy. I love watching him fight. He's got a great style to watch. No doubt about it. I just don't like the politics that comes with him. I think it's a bit too much. Makes it hard to really get invested in his fights. So that's why I kind of root against him, personally. But yeah. Anyway, lads, it's been emotional. It's been a good stream. I've enjoyed it. I'm going to wrap this one up. I plan on potentially doing one more this week. If I do one more, I'll have anybody on. And next week, I plan on doing quite a few. So there we go. Thank you guys for dropping by, as Dwyer would say. And yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Peace.